Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and to another video. Finally we are here with the studio makeover video and like second part of my moving vlog. I started filming this video when we moved house in June this year and it's now September. Yeah, it's taken a lot longer than we thought it would. To be fair though, it hasn't just been months and months of us working constantly. We both got back to working full time obviously, and we've been working on other projects in the house. I'd say all in all, this project probably took us about a month and a half if we kind of like bunched all the time together. And the room actually isn't officially finished. There's still a few finishing touches we need to do. We need to put in a threshold strip between the door, so like basically a strip that covers the flooring in either room, so the hallway and then this room. And we also need to buy a rug for this room. I have one in mind, but it's out of stock, so I'm waiting for it to come back in stock. And we also need to put some shelving and storage in the cupboards because at the moment everything's just dumped in there and they're just open because they used to be functioning as wardrobes. So we want to make them more of a useful and efficient storage space. But I thought that I would share this video anyway, even though the room isn't like officially finished, because I know that some of you have been really looking forward to watching it. I've had a few messages from people being like, when's your second part of your moving vlog coming out? Which has been really nice. I'm glad that you guys have been looking forward to watching. But yeah, I just thought that I'd put the video out, even though there are a few things that still aren't officially complete. I actually do a little mini tour at the end of the video so you get to see things in a bit more depth, but I'm going to do like an official studio tour when all of those things are finished. I'll of course bring you guys along like throughout the vlogs and give you little updates here and there before that, and I'll share when I get the new rug because you'll see it in future videos and stuff. But yes, enough of me rambling. I really hope you enjoy this video. It's quite a chunky one, so sit back, grab yourself a cozy drink, and I'll catch you guys at the end of the video. Hello, it's Voiceover Jo here. I just wanted to quickly pop on and say that the quality of the footage of the first few clips in this video are really low, and that's because it was stress central. For reasons that would take me too long to explain, we had an incredibly stressful initial phase of our moving process. We ended up having to move a lot earlier than we thought we did, which meant that we had a lot of time constraints and time pressure, leading us to be working on the renovations really late into the night, hence the lower quality footage. I also didn't manage to record when we were first starting to remove the wallpaper in the studio, and that's just because I didn't have the time or the headspace. Just wanted to warn you that a few of the first clips in the video are a little bit low quality. Okay, that's me done for now. Hi guys, so we are in our new house. We got the keys on Friday and it's now Monday. So we've been renovating and getting our hands dirty, and it's just so surreal being here. Oh, I'm just so happy. You'll have seen a few clips of me and Matt stripping the wallpaper in the studio. But I just want to give you a little process update. So it pretty much looks much the same since you guys last saw, but we have removed the radiator so that we could strip the wallpaper all around the back, and we today have been doing kind of niggly bits, basically filling holes and like cleaning the walls down and getting all the remaining bits of wallpaper off. So the walls are pretty much ready to paint now. But yeah, this is the soon to be studio. Oh my goodness, it's such a mess, but I'm very, very excited. These built-in wardrobes are going to be so useful for storage, and I just like the mid-century modern kind of style. They have these cool like handles. I don't know, they might not be to everyone's taste, but I really like them. The plan is to have the walls white, and then I'm gonna decorate them with lovely colourful artwork, and then I'm going to be ripping up the carpet, and we're gonna have exposed wood floorboards because there are floorboards underneath and they're fairly good quality. We just need to sand them and then stain them and varnish them and things. Oh yes, we also have a fan in here, which is very practical whilst you're doing DIY in the middle of the summer, but I'm not such a fan of that, so I think that's going to be going as well, but it's serving its purpose. So yes, that is a little update on the studio renovations. Help, oh my goodness, what is going on?
I make mistakes in my life, but I'm trying so hard to have a lot of money, but he taught me how to keep the perfect posture. So folding under pressure, that ain't something that I'm about to. Crabs in the barrel, I'm just trying to be a lobster. I hit my cousin, told him to call. It's been 12 years and I ain't heard from him at all. Had a little fallout over some money. Damn, ain't it funny how the smartest people be beefing like they some dummies? But I hope you doing swell now, hope your family well now. We still believe in Ronnie gon' make his way out of jail now. My little bro tripping too, but this time he ain't making bail now. 18 doing 20, that math straight out of hell now. Sorry for all the small talk. It's the only weapon I got for this depression I got. Trying to find a way to get back all these blessings I blocked. Gotta help my mama cause she still been stressing a lot. It's hard to find the sunshine when it gets cloudy. So when I put on a smile, I wear it proudly. Don't know where the future's going, but I know it can't go on without me. That's real talk, look.
Sometimes I make mistakes in my life, but I'm trying so hard to make it right. Even though sometimes I make mistakes in my life, life goes on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, sometimes the silver lining don't look quite silver.
So have a little progress update for you guys. We have hired a drum sander and an edging sander, and we're doing up the floorboards. It's very echoey in here right now. So these darker patches are where we haven't done, and the lighter patches are the bits we have done. We still need to go over some of these edge bits. The skirting board will cover most of this, but we just need to kind of lighten them up like they are in the corner. And yeah, it's looking so different in here. We started putting paint on the walls, as you can see. This is all dust. The darker yellow was just mad. Everything is covered in dust, like even things downstairs whilst we've had the doors closed have been covered in dust, so it's kind of mad. But yeah, it's looking so different in here. I'm gonna just pan round. But yeah, this is the progress so far. So just a little update, we have just put some white spirit onto the wooden floors in the studio. They've been sanded, wood fillered, but yeah, now we're going to stain the wood, so I'm going to bring you guys along for that process. But we have just tested this stain, which is a warm oak stain, which I think is going to be really nice. It looks a lot darker on camera than it is in real life. It's not as dark as this door. This is like a kind of, I think it's like a fake walnut or like mahogany door or something, but that's going to be going at some point. We can't really afford to replace the doors at the moment, but that is going to be replaced with something nice and bright. But yeah, part of me really likes this colour, and I'm like, oh, maybe I don't want to change it, but I think that this darker colour is going to make the white pop, because I feel like everything at the moment is quite samey and so pale, and I kind of do want a little bit of a contrast and some warmth in the room. So hopefully the stain will achieve that. Also, if you're interested in which stain we're using, this is the wood dye stain in Georgian medium oak, and we just got this from our local B&Q.
I actually do that side because I'm right-handed.
Yeah. Sounds good. It's quite thick, so it's less watery than I thought. It's like quite gloopy. See what I mean? That's quite like thick and gloopy. Too late now. Should I go?
So.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm scared. Should I just go like right along the edge? This feels quite dark. It's not really working very well. This is like really rattly. It's like just too dark. Look how dark it's gone. Crap. So we just had a mild panic that the the wood dye was too dark, but we're all good now, aren't we, Matt?
We made it through.
We made it through. There was a lot of swearing and panicking, but we're all okay now. Look, so pretty and warm, yay! So progress update, the floor has been stained and we've put 2 layers of satin varnish on. So the next thing that we need to do is use some 240 grit sandpaper just to lightly sand the floor down before we do the final coat of varnish. And then we can finally put the skirting boards back on, though they do need glossing first, but it's all coming together, yay!
Okay.
Hello guys, I haven't filmed in what feels like forever. We've been so caught up and busy with renovations. Merlin's here. He's settling in. Do you like our bathroom? Nice tiles, eh? Basically, life has been really manic and I've not really been feeling like filming because there's just been so much going on. I've had a lot of stuff going on with family, and also there's just been so much renovation work going on, and we've only actually renovated 2 rooms, but it's been so much work, so much more work than we realised. I think the part of it that's been the hardest has been trying to clear out our flat that we were renting at the same time as renovating and trying to move into a new place whilst trying to move Merlin in. It's all been quite a lot. He's currently looking out the window. We weren't going to let him out, but we've decided I think we're going to eventually because he's so curious to go out. We're going to get him some more like bells for his collar in hopes that he'll deter any birds or anything. If you guys have any tips as well of like how to prevent your cat from hunting, let me know. I don't really know if that's even possible, but if you have any tips, let me know. But he's really keen to explore. He is settling in so well. We're really happy with how he's settling in. He has been a little bit needier than usual. I mean, he's quite a needy cat anyway, but he's been quite a lot needier than usual. But it's just been so nice having him here. We're really enjoying living in this house, and I'm really enjoying renovating despite the fact that it has been extremely stressful and tiring. So I'm just going to give you a little update in the studio. I'm going to have a full renovating day today. It's a Tuesday and I started working again yesterday, but I've decided that I just want to crack on with renovation stuff and get those things out of the way so I can get back into work and like in the full swing of things and a bit more into kind of some sort of normality, because it's really hard to settle in and start working again when there's so much stuff going on, and yeah, my head feels very cluttered, so I just figured I'd try and get those things done. So let me just show you around. This is our bathroom. I might just give you a little tour of the house because I haven't done that yet. This is our bathroom. It's very dated. This mirror is like covered in scratches and things. This is probably the most dated room in the house now. The 2 bedrooms that we've renovated were pretty dated, but this room is now probably like the most out of date decor wise, and we are planning on getting this bathroom renovated within the next month or so. Got some really exciting plans for it. It's not super urgent because It's not like anything's falling down and nothing's in terrible quality, but the walls pressure is awful. Like, we're not having showers at the moment because the shower is so bad, like it just dribbles. So we're just having baths at the moment, which obviously isn't an ideal long-term solution. So we want to get the bathroom done ASAP, but there's a few other things we need to do before we do that. It'll do for now, and we're very grateful that it's in nice condition and the previous owner left it really clean. And then this is how the studio is now looking. A lot more full of stuff than when you guys last saw it. The flooring is done, which is really lovely. We are having a few issues with it marking a little bit. It's nothing too drastic, but it was supposed to be a really hard wearing varnish, so I'm not really super happy about that, but the floor looks really, really lovely. We're really happy with it. It took a lot of work. We're really happy with the results. And yeah, basically everything's a complete mess. I did start doing a bit of work yesterday, but a lot still needs to be done in it. This is tape that I've been using to temporarily put up an old duvet cover to use as a curtain, because yeah, it's very bright in this room, which is what I love about it, but also it's difficult when you're trying to work at the computer. What I need to do today is work on the skirting boards. You can see along there they're very, very old and scuffed. I've had to do a bit of wood filler. I need to do those, and then we've actually also taken the other 3 skirting boards in this room off, as well as the room next door, which is our bedroom. We've taken them off so that we can do them, like the glossing and things, separately from the room, so it just makes it a little bit easier in that way. I also need to do the windowsill because it's a really old gloss and it's kind of yellowed, and the wardrobe doors also need painting. You can probably tell actually on camera the colour of the wardrobes is actually white, but it's an off-white, and we've just painted the walls pure brilliant white, so you can really tell a difference between the two, and it just looks really murky, and I want it to feel really bright and light in here. I need to crack on with stuff today, so I'm going to start with the skirting boards in the garage. I'll bring you guys along, and then I'm going to do the windowsill, and I also need to do the door frame as well. So yeah, let's crack on. I was going to give you a house tour, but I think I'm going to wait to do that until everything's finished, because it's a huge mess right now. I thought as well before I start I'd show you my renovation outfit, because I thought you'd really, really want to know. So t-shirt from Matt, very old. Shorts from Matt, very old. Lovely. And then my socks, gift, and rolled down so they fit in my train as well. What a look is this? In like 1 week. But now I sort of feel like you guys must be like, oh, how nice. Dress doesn't
You can run, you can hide, but we know the truth that's inside. We can make it relevant right now if you wanna talk about what you tryna hide. Feel it in my heart, in my soul. I knew from beginning I was sold, but I gave it a little time to air out. There's a jacuzzi on my block. Babe, if you wanna make you a quick stop.
So a little progress update. I've done the first coat of the built-in skirting board down here. I have done the first coat of the windowsill, and I've also done the first coat of the door frame. I started painting this inbuilt section of the wardrobes here because the original plan, as I said earlier, was to have these glossed white, but I started painting and I realised, I think because I'm so tired, I forgot that gloss is obviously going to be shiny. Which is really obvious, but I don't know why I didn't think about that earlier, but I didn't. And I realised that I really don't want these big cupboards to look really shiny and like have a massive glare. I really want them to look matte like they do now, but just not this colour. I've been thinking about picking a colour and maybe going to B&Q, and I'll bring you guys along for the process. Oh. So on my trip to B&Q, I bought some eggshell gloss for the wardrobe doors, as I said already, like a matte finish gloss. And I also picked up some lilac spray paint because I thought it would be really nice to upcycle some pieces of furniture and decor bits that I already had. I will go on to talk about that a little bit more later on in the video.
There's a jacuzzi, there's a jacuzzi on my block. Babe, if you wanna make you a quick stop, oh, I can give you what you need. What you need.
Good morning, guys. Say hello to exhausted egg me. We've made quite a lot of progress on the studio. I can't remember what I last updated you guys with, but the wardrobes and cupboards are now painted white, and we've spray painted the I want to say brackets, but they're not brackets, whatever these things are that hold the shelves. So we spray painted them from gold, like it was like a brassy gold, to lilac. And Matt also spray painted my bin for me, so I now have a lilac bin, which is very exciting. I am absolutely exhausted. I haven't worked in about a month. I've done work on and off, but it's been so long since I've actually sat down and worked, and that's because I've not really had a sufficient amount of time to sit down and work, and I've also had to try and get this studio done as quickly as possible. We've done a pretty thorough job. I feel like we've been quite perfectionisty about it, and we've been really trying to get it right, but it does feel a little bit DIY because obviously, well, we've done it all ourselves basically. So today's job is to give the cupboards a third coat of gloss. I thought 2 coats would be enough, but it still looks quite patchy, so I think I'm going to go over and give them another coat. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this because I really want to get back to work, but I've got to do it because, yeah, I want it to be right, and it's going to really bug me if it's patchy. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So got this dust sheet down, excuse that, but I don't know if you guys remember what it was like before. But it was like an off-white. As you can see, it's pretty patchy. The doors really show it up. I think the rest of the frame, that bit up there needs sorting out. It looks a bit patchy, but the rest of the frame looks for the most part okay. It's just the doors really show up the patchiness, so I'm going to go over that. So I'm going to crack on with that now. Good morning. So it's the next day. I didn't record loads of me painting the cupboards yesterday because I kind of got in the zone, and let's face it, moving and renovating is stressful, so I was like, I'm just going to turn the camera off. But the wardrobes are now finished. There's just a little bit of decorator's cork that needs to go on, one final edge, and then the wardrobes are finished. Oh, and the door handles need to go back on. But yeah, they look so much nicer now they're white. It's made such a difference. So what I'm going to do now is put the shelves back up on these brackets. I just did the first one. I was like, ooh, I'm going to put a little plant baby up there. So pretty. But yeah, I'm going to put the rest of the shelves up and put some books on them and make it look cute, because I need some aesthetic. Like, look at the rest of this room. I need some like nice visual areas that I can enjoy. It's a little while later, my camera battery died, but I have just been working more on the shelves. I have a cute little set of watercolours up here, that looks very aesthetic, and I've got my little crates there now. I've got a few art supplies sitting here right now. I don't think they're going to stay there, but I was just like wanting to see what stuff looked like on the shelves. Yeah, I'm loving how it's looking. It's so nice to see things coming together. I've also reattached the handles on the cupboards, so I just need to do the ones over here now, so that's what I'm going to do. So door handles have been reattached, and it just is such a vibe now that they're white and there's like cute aesthetic things on the shelves, and we're going to have the skirting boards back in. It's just going to be a vibe. Loving it. I wanted to go on and have a quick little music chat because I want to talk more about music on my channel because it's such a big part of my life and I'm obsessed. Like, I can't usually go a day without listening to music. I thought maybe we could start a new little tradition on my channel where we share like music that we've been listening to in the week in the comments, because I'm always really keen to find out new music. So I've been feeling really nostalgic today. I don't really know why, but I just feel very nostalgic. I'm going on holiday with some friends this weekend, so I'm feeling quite like excited and like just good vibes, and I've been listening to music that makes me feel, I don't know, just positive and nostalgic. So I've been listening to New Person Say More Mistakes by Tame Impala. I saw Tame Impala live at a festival, like I think it was 2018, and they were so good and I'd really like to see them live again, but I haven't listened to them in ages because I was just hearing them all over. I mean, you still do on TikTok and stuff, and I was just feeling a bit like tired of it, but I just listened to it again today and I'm like, this is just so good, I love it. And I've been listening to Mac DeMarco, which is a similar thing, like kind of nostalgic. So I used to listen to him when I was a teenager. Me and my sister used to listen to him a lot. What else have I been listening to? Thin Lizzy. Just having a really like kind of chilled, getting myself kind of hyped up for the weekend kind of vibes. So oh yeah, and the specific songs I've been really enjoying. So obviously New Person, Say More Mistakes, Tame Impala, but the Mac DeMarco songs I've been really enjoying are Ode to Viceroy, Cheryl, and This Old Man, and Sarah by Thin Lizzy. I've had these songs on repeat all afternoon. Oh, also I've been listening to Everything because they've got a new album out, which I'm really excited about. So I've been listening to Pizza Boy and Jennifer on basically on repeat all day. So I want to hear in the comments any of your guys' music recommendations. I'm really open. I listen to pretty much anything. Like the only thing I'm not so keen on is like house music, like kind of poppy house music. That's probably like my cut-off point. Oh, and Screamo as well. I'll listen to a little bit of Screamo, but not too much, nothing too intense. So anything other than that I'm pretty into. So if you have any suggestions for music, please drop them in the comments. It'd be nice to make this like a little tradition in like every video or maybe every vlog I share some music, and then you guys can do the same if you want. So I feel like I need to get back to things now. I find unpacking really exhausting because you kind of have to be thinking about, I don't know, where everything's gonna go and kind of organising stuff, which I really enjoy, but it takes ages, so I'm kind of procrastinating. But I just thought I'd share those little music-y bits that I've been enjoying lately. Yeah. Hello guys, it's been a while since I picked up the camera to talk about anything to do with my studio renovations. There's been a few hold-ups. Basically, I've been really busy working over the summer and the studio makeover has definitely taken a back seat whilst I've been trying to catch up on work after moving, and then we went away on holiday, and we've just had some dramas with the house and stuff. Like, we found out we had a gas leak last week, so there's been quite a few hold-ups that have prevented me from doing the bits that I want to do in the studio. I think the last thing that you saw footage of was me starting to put together my new trolley. I'm sure most of you who are artists that watch this video will have the trolley. If not, get the trolley. It's such a game changer, honestly. I'll show you it in a minute and give you a proper tour of it at the end when I do the studio tour. But yeah, basically that was the last time I filmed, and I've just got quite a lot of bits to do. Nothing too strenuous, but the main task that I want to do today is adjust the curtains in here, because I ordered some floor length curtains just because I really love the look of long linen curtains. So I got those from H&M, and they just turned up really long. I don't believe that I looked at the measurements, which was a bit stupid of me, but hey. But I love them. I really love the curtains. I looked online to see if I could exchange them, but this was the only size they did in this style of curtain. So I'm gonna take them up today. I'm really nervous because I haven't got my sewing machine out in a very long time, and I'm not the best at sewing. So I'm hoping I don't make a huge mess of it, because I love the curtains. So I'm like, please let it go okay. But I'll show you the curtains, and I'll quickly show you what the trolley looks like. So this is my little storage trolley, and I'm completely in love with it. It's so cute. I wanted to go for white because like there's a lot of white stuff in this room, and I thought we'd just like keep with the fresh feel of the room. And yeah, I've not like properly organised it yet, but I have a little bit of a system. You can buy these little containers from Hobbycraft as well, and they fit the like the size of the trolley shelves. And so I've got my gouache on top because I'm using it a lot at the moment, and I've kind of organised it into colours. I've got my pinks and purples, my warm colours, my cold colours, the whites and blacks separately. And then on the second shelf, I've not really organised this properly, but I've got one of these containers with my cool coloured acrylics, some of my larger acrylic containers there, and then behind those are my Holbein acrylic gouache, which I'm still yet to review and do a video about because I got them for my birthday back in February. And then on this bottom shelf I have my kitchen roll, which I use a lot when painting, and my warm acrylics. So yeah, I kind of need to find a better system. I'm not loving how like the size of these containers, like the bigger ones, because they fit lengthways, but then you have this really awkward size gap on the other side. So I'm thinking about just, I don't know whether to return those ones, because they're not, it would be better if it was like split that way, so you had a container there and a container there. So I don't really know why they've designed it like that. It doesn't work that well, but the smaller ones I'm really enjoying on the top. But yeah, I don't know whether to return those or just to make do. But yeah, that is the trolley. It was really easy to assemble as well, so yeah. So these are the curtains, which I really love. Can't remember the name of them, but they're kind of like halfway between net curtains and normal fabric curtains. They're just really long, so I need to take them up. Here we go, let's do this.
Then they had to get proper measurements to try and get like the date and stuff. So we had to wake the baby up.
So I've just finished hemming the curtains and they're not perfect, but I think they will do, and it's not really the kind of thing that people are going to be looking at. I think that's fine. So I'm just going to go and sew them now. So yeah, I'm so glad that I'm doing this. It feels so satisfying. Finished sewing the hems and I think they turned out really good. They're definitely not perfectly level, but I'm really happy with how they look. They're nice and neat and everything, which is the main thing. And yeah, I'm just so glad they're not traipsing on the floor anymore. So I've recently bought these shelves from Dyna. They basically have a lip on the front and the back so that when they're up on the wall you can just place artwork. Rather than having to like hang stuff up, you can kind of like change up what artwork you're displaying. So I basically thought that it'd be really nice to have this back wall of the room with the shelves up and then displaying my recent artworks so that I can have them in the background of my videos and just have them up to inspire me whilst I'm working. And yeah, I just thought it'd be a really nice thing to do, and it'll mean that when I have new work on the go, I can be like chopping and changing what I've got on display to kind of help me visualize what I'm doing. So Matt is going to give me a hand putting these shelves up now. They're in that little bag, yeah. So have we lost some height with that while they've been kind of shuffling things around? I guess as long as we can figure out the top one first. Do you know what I mean though? Because then I could have them like more than one painting per shelf.
Just have it staggered off the side like that, that's what I meant.
I see. Hello there. Welcome to the studio. As I've said earlier on in the video, this isn't the studio complete. This isn't an official studio tour. This is just a quick show around of what we've done, because there are still a few bits that I need to finish off and things we need to order, and there's Merlin. So come on in. So as you can see, we put up these shelves and I absolutely love them. They're going to be so useful for storing my current pieces of artwork, and they're really useful because they have these lips on the edges so they can hold frames as well as loose kind of canvases and sheets of paper and stuff. So I'm really excited about this because it's going to mean that I can chop and change what it is that I'm displaying and working on, and it's just going to be a really nice kind of dynamic way of displaying my work and to sort of help me see what I'm working on and things like that. So really happy with how this looks. It's just really useful to be able to see all my work together and kind of then decide what direction I want to take my work in next. So that's these shelves, really happy with how they look. And then we have this lovely yucca plant, which used to be in our lounge. Was it in the lounge? No, it used to be
It was in the bedroom, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so, but we thought we'd bring that in here because there's a nice space for that here. And then we have the wardrobes / cupboards. These were a lot more work to restore, like renovate, than we thought they were going to be. They took me a really long time to sand down, paint. We actually took off the doors in order to sand them down. I didn't film that because it was a really painful process. So yeah, you guys saw clips of me painting them. They just look so much nicer now they're white. It just really lightens up the room. And then I have these lovely built-in shelves as well that Matt very kindly spray painted the brackets lilac for me, which I really like. And these have just got my art books on and some magazines. And yeah, just like general display bits. I've got my hay crates, which I really love, and they're storing like packing supplies and a few essential bits that I just like to be able to grab really easily and quickly. And then I have some art supplies that look quite cute. We have a cat, my sketchbooks and some notebooks on the bottom as well. Hello, Merlin. He doesn't want to be held.
Put me down.
I'm not going to show you inside the wardrobes just yet because I'm going to show you those in the actual official room tour. Right, you need to go out. My chair is a complete wreck. Let go. Right, I'm going to put him out. If you guys have any recommendations of what I could do with this chair, like whether you think I should upholster it, I was thinking about getting rid of it, which feels really wasteful. But yes, back to the wardrobes. These are a complete mess on the inside. Matt has very kindly offered to put in some shelves for me and some storage units so that I can store my packaging supplies and art supplies really easily and efficiently. But at the moment they're just, literally everything's just stuffed in there, so I'm not going to show you inside. This little nook is really fun. It fits the printer exactly, like perfectly. We didn't think that it would fit, and then I tried it and I was like, that's so satisfying. So my printer station is going to be here, and Matt's very kindly offered to put some shelves in here as well so I can store like canvases and paper and things like that. And then my printer paper will go on one of the shelves as well. Then we have the lovely curtains that I have cut down and hemmed and everything, and I just love how they look. I also realised that I hadn't talked about the curtain rail, which isn't that exciting, but I really wanted one that was quite like minimal and wooden so that it would go with the feel of the room. And then we have some plants and some cute little knickknacks. This is a little Moomin rock that my mum painted for me because I love Moomin a lot. And then here we have my, what's the name of my desk, the company? FlexiSpot. My FlexiSpot desk. Not sponsored, but I love this desk. It's really great because I get problems with my back and my shoulders and neck, so this is really useful. If I'm having a bit of a sore day, I can like just stand up and work at my desk. I have my, mostly use like pens and highlighters and stuff, and then my diary and notebook and password book and things like that. And then I have this filing cabinet down here, which we actually got for free from Matt's work because they were giving away loads of stuff, and it was brand new. It was all wrapped up. So that's great. I keep my electronics in there. And then this picture, by the way, is by Lucy Dixon. It's a print, really love that. It's really cute and brings a little bit of fun to the room. This is one of my latest sketches. I really wanted to have an area on this wall where I could display some of my recent works, but also have the flexibility to take them down. So I'm just blue tacking stuff at the moment. If you guys have any suggestions of like how I could temporarily stick things on the wall, let me know. I was thinking about putting up another one of these shelves that I have on the other side of the room, but I think that would have felt too much, and I want the ability to be able to just have white space if that's what I'm feeling at times. So yeah, that's that. Here we have my second desk. Some of my older viewers might recognise this desk from my really early studio vlogs. This desk has been with me for a very long time. This desk saw me through my A-levels, university. It's really, really old. It actually used to belong to one of my mum's friends from uni, and her dad actually made it himself. He was a carpenter, and he made it specifically for her needs because she was an artist as well. It's basically a manual standing desk, so you remove these knobs and you can like change the height of the desk. And my favourite bit of all is has the ability to prop up. I don't really know, like elevate. What word?
Angle.
Angle. It has the ability to angle. So this is great for my back as well, and just to have the ability to do that is really lovely. And then I have this little shelf which has my 3M light, which is really useful. Then I have my little plant, which is one of my pothos cuttings, and a book stand, which is great because if I'm using my reference books I can just look up and yeah, get inspiration from those. And then we have my storage trolley, which makes me very happy. I feel like if you're an artist, this is just like one of the biggest cliches. I feel like most artists have one of these, but I'm so glad that I've got it. It's really, really useful for when I'm working. So flexible, I can move it around wherever I like. I feel like a dinner lady whenever I like take this across the room. I feel like such a dinner lady. So that's storing my gouache and my acrylics. And then I have some more artwork from some of my favourite artists. I was thinking about having more of my artwork displayed, like some of my pieces that I've collected from other artists, but I just wanted to keep the room feeling light and airy and intentional. I didn't really want to crowd the walls too much. I have got a lot going on already. I wanted it to feel quite minimal in a way. I don't really know if I've achieved that, but I wanted it to feel minimal. I find that my environment really impacts the way that I work and my mindset, so I really like a clean and crisp environment to be working in. This print is by Tink Outside the Box. This one is by my lovely friend Skrxlla. Some of you will follow her probably on YouTube and Instagram. And then this one is from Jessica Smith, my lovely friend as well. So yeah, just really love how they all look together. And then this is one of mine. You guys are probably quite familiar with this painting because I used to have this up in my previous studio at Flat. A little something to kind of zhuzh up the door because it's quite an ugly door. We are planning on replacing the doors, but not quite the time to do that just yet. And then we have this lampshade. This was £2.50 from Dyna. I know that these rice paper lights aren't exactly expensive, but £2.50, I love a bargain. How good is that? And it just looks so great because it's so big. It just makes the room feel a bit more exciting. I don't know. And then we have the floor, obviously, which took ages, and it's our pride and joy. We love it. It's so good. So one of the things that we still need to get for this room is a rug. I actually ordered a rug and it arrived and it was the completely different colours to that on the website that I ordered it from. So I have a rug in mind and it's from Etsy, but it's out of stock in the size that I want. So I'm going to have to wait for that. I said I wasn't going to do an in-depth tour, and I feel like this has been very in-depth for just a quick show around the room. But yeah, that is the studio. I'm so happy. Thank you, Matt, for filming and just for all your help with this process because it's been a lot. So you have reached the end of the video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed coming along on this journey, what feels like a very, very long journey to get my studio where it is today. I'm so happy with it and so grateful for all of the help that I've had from Matt and family and friends to get this completed. It's just so lovely to be in a space that feels inspiring, light and airy and fresh, and I'm just very, very grateful. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps my channel out and helps the algorithm know that you guys are enjoying these videos, and it will show it to more people, which really helps me to continue making these videos. I also have a little update to share. I am going to be doing my Christmas shop update on the 12th of October at 6 PM UK time, where I'm actually going to be selling some of the original pieces of artwork behind me and some others. I've got my Christmas products coming back. I've got a new wrapping paper design and some new Christmas cards, which I'll talk about in future videos. But keep that in mind if you guys are wanting to get your Christmas shopping done a little bit earlier this year. All of my products are going to be available and ready from the 12th of October. There's a link to my Etsy shop in the description box below if you want to check that out as well. I've also made some updates to my Patreon. I have had Patreon for over a year now, and I decided to change up my tiers. I've basically gone for something a little bit more simple. I was doing physical rewards before, but I've decided to press pause on that for a while and just kind of focus on the more digital things and the content. So I'm going to be doing behind the scenes content. There's going to be some hefty discounts for my Etsy shop on there, and I'm also going to be giving my top tier patrons early access to all my future YouTube videos, and I'm also going to be sharing digital downloads with my top tier patrons as well. So if you're interested in my Patreon, I don't often plug my Patreon, but if you're interested, then you can find a link to that in the description box below as well. So yeah, it really means a lot to me if you check that out. If you made it to the end, comment DIY Diva, because that's what I am. I get very stressy and overwhelmed when I'm doing DIY, so comment DIY Diva if you made it to the end of the video. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in future videos. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll be back soon. Bye.